Writing of the scientific paper is not art. It has certain structure you have to follow. If you don't do it, your paper will not be accepted, or in the worst case, you will have a penalty from funding agency. In this video, I will tell you what's a structure of scientific paper, and in the upcoming video, I will tell how to write it. Subscribe my channel to not miss this video. First, you have a formal part. You have surely a title, which must briefly summarize what's written in the paper, what's a paper about, what's an impact of the paper, and this must be written only in several lines of text. Then their authors and their affiliation, the places where they work. This was a formal part, and then goes already meaningful part, abstract. Abstract is a small paragraph which summarizes the work. It's not about discussions, it's not about reviewing what's going on in the world. It simply summarizes this work. Briefly, we were doing this using this method, and we ended up with those results. It's mostly needed to simplify search. When you are searching for some specific content, you cannot read 15 papers, it's too complicated. But you can read 15 abstracts, and it will simplify a search for certain information. Introduction. In the introduction, you are claiming what are you doing here, does it matter, what the field of research, why is this field of research itself important, what's a problem existing in this field of research, and you are exactly going to solve in this paper. So addressing the problem, how do you do it, using which methods, and what novelty you are going to deliver. And then you usually describe what's an object of research. How do you define this object? For example, is it quantum dot? Is it biological cell? Is it virus? Is it, I know, new star? This you have to somehow describe. Then, obviously, if you claim that's my object, then how do you treat it? What method do you use? Method section is crucially important for scientific papers. First of all, it allows people to understand, does it make sense? What the hell you are doing there? Secondary. It's about reproducibility, because if I see if someone is doing something useful and I want to dig into this direction, I want to know how exactly this person has it done. And for this, you have to describe in methods as good as you can what have you done. Because you are contributing to scientific community, and scientific community must not only be jealous, oh, this guy is doing this one. Someone must just take your idea and make a new step. In really realistic case, some following student which will work on your place will read what have you done and will make a new step. Because to be honest, exactly you most likely keep very bad documentation, and the paper is allowing you to summarize, to write what have you done with which method. No one wants to dig in your handbook. Next part is also quite clear. If you have some object and you apply some methods, what have you obtained? Next part is called results. Here people usually just summarize what have they obtained. They try to set here as fewer opinion, as fewer analysis as they can. From this is quite obvious, so the next section is analysis of the results, so-called discussions. It's very important to delimit, because your results are kinda eternal. Keeping in mind the methods have you applied, in 50 years and 100 years it will be obvious what have you measured. But your interpretation is according to nowadays, to today's models. Probably in several years they will be out of date, and therefore your analysis, your interpretation will be out of date, but your results, they will live forever. If I missed something in the video, if you have some extra opinion you want to share with another viewers, please write it in comments. It will be useful and helpful for all of us. And don't forget to like the video. Then goes conclusions from this result, from this analysis. What useful can people get? For example, we considered this sample using this method, we observed these and these. From this, it's clear that we can cure people using this technology. And it's important we extracted time of decay of something. That's how conclusion actually must sound like. Acknowledgements. That's not too much to say. First of all, you write here people who contributed to the paper, but they, let's say, did not deserve to be co-author. Probably they gave you some idea, but they did not interact with your research directly. You can thank Kat, you can thank whomever you like. But you must not forget to thank funding agency, which gave you money. Otherwise you are really in trouble. And the last point is references, because all the manuscript is threaded through by references. References are crucially important for peer-review papers. If there is no references, your paper will simply not be accepted. And within all the texts you write many references which are supporting your claims, which are referring to some other experiments, which referring to the values you used in your research. And here you in special form write all list of the references. So there is a structure of the paper, and it looks like you have to just firstly write first, then second, then third, and so on. But in the fact, the structure must not be filled out by your content from the first to the last point. In the following video, I'll tell you how to write a scientific paper. Subscribe my channel to not miss it. Thank you for watching and see you in the next videos.